You are listening to The Art of Sales. Everyone sells every day, and this is your source for conversational, real-world sales and prospecting methods that you are comfortable using and that get results. You'll help people buy instead of pushing them into being sold. Here's your host, Art Subcheck.
Welcome to the very first official episode, other than the introduction, of The Art of Sales. I am thrilled that you've joined me in our sales journey together. And the way I'm going to start out with our relationship here is that I'm going to take the first few shows to really lay the foundation for where I'm coming from with sales, the things that really are the basis for everything that we do overall. And then as time and episodes pile up, I'm going to take a deeper dive into all of the various aspects and sales topics that really get specific with our tips and our techniques. Sound good? All right, good. Now, first, on a personal note, I don't believe I mentioned this in the intro episode, but I am so excited to be doing this show for a couple of reasons. One is I'm able to have a more intimate relationship with you on a more of a personal level. Now, of course, my 13-year-old teenage humor could make jokes about what I just said, but it's true. With a podcast, I get to share time and information with you that's different than when you read it online or in a newsletter or watch a video. This is more me talking to you, and I want you to have that feeling. So my goal is to make this a show you want to listen to because you like what I say and you like the way in which I deliver it. And then also so that you recommend it to every other salesperson you know because you're getting so much value from it. The other reason I'm excited is that not many people know this about me, but my goal when I was in high school was to be in broadcasting. Right. I thought maybe TV, but radio was what really excited me. I wanted to be a DJ. I remember just laying in my bed with the transistor radio, that's dating me, picking up the DJs from some of the bigger cities. And I thought I wanted to do that all throughout high school. And in fact, the day I graduated from high school, I was hired by a mobile disc jockey service. Now, those things were pretty new at the time, and I had seen an ad, and I thought, what the heck, I'm going to apply, and got interviewed and got hired. Well, I began playing wedding receptions, parties, reunions, and other types of dances and parties, and really turned out to be pretty good at it. I was consistently the most requested DJ for new bookings. And then as I realized, a lot of my success was coming from sales. That's right, I was selling people. Anytime someone would come up and ask about booking us, I would engage them in a conversation, ask questions. So anyway, I played over 400 weddings and parties all throughout my college career. But in college, I did change my major from journalism to marketing my freshman year because I quickly realized that people in business, especially sales and entrepreneurs, make a lot more money than people on the radio. So, but that experience did serve me well for what I've been doing for the past 35 years or so, which is sales. And let's get into today's sales topic. That's why you're here, right? All right. I want you to quit talking about your thing. That's right. Talking about your thing usually gets you in trouble. Oh, in sales, I mean. One of the biggest problems that unsuccessful salespeople have is that they talk about their things right away, and it causes resistance. I mean, they do it in emails and in-mails, voicemails, and if they ever by chance get to actually talk to a buyer, they throw up all over themselves pitching the details of their product or service. Those are their things. Now, people don't buy things. They buy, you can write this down, results. One of the oldest and simplest and most widely quoted examples of this is people buy the hole, not the drill. Probably heard that, right? I first heard it from Zig Ziglar probably 30 years ago, although others have taken credit for it more recently. Let me give you some truths regarding things and results. So it's easy for people to object to things. Now, people like to dream about and get results. People can say they're already satisfied with the thing they have right now. Now, they're usually open to hearing and talking about a better result than they might be experiencing right now. People associate spending money with things. With results, they think in terms of a return on an investment. Things are viewed as commodities, and results are what really differentiate you. Things are simply the means to getting what someone wants, and results are what people really want. Buyers, maybe you've experienced this, buyers try to get the lowest price on things, but they will pay a premium for results. Things are factual, which can be boring. Results are more emotional, and that engages people. Things are generic, and people don't get too excited about them. And results are perceived and viewed as more personal, and people can actually picture themselves enjoying and experiencing those results. Now, what I found so much in training in organizations over the years is that a lot of their training is thing training, not results training. And it shows when their salespeople struggle. And I mean, really, everything I'm talking about here is pretty fundamental. But I got to wonder so many times, why don't more people follow the simple principles in their daily activities? I'm going to go just a little bit higher level with this here. But it's not really too difficult to grasp. And here's the principle. Not all results are universal, which means that whatever you sell, everybody isn't going to buy for the same result. Let me give you an example of this. Somebody may not care that a salesperson says that they can reduce the time to market on new pet toy concepts, but the VP of product development at Pet Toy International and his or her income and job security could pretty much rely on the reduction of time to market. Okay, maybe especially since his or her last project came in late and over budget and they missed the holiday buying season. Now that is a result that they're really looking for. So results need to be personalized to the organization when you're selling business to business, and always when you're selling both business to business and to consumer, or just in every human interaction, they need to be personalized to the person in any type, again, of human interaction. It's a simple concept, but it's not always followed. So I'm going to give you an exercise here. That's right. Very first real episode, I'm going to give you a homework. But it's something that is the basis for almost all the training that I do with organizations. And the first step is thinking about and really defining what are the results that you and your organization have already provided for others. Brainstorm these, list them out. Oh, and very importantly, attach numbers to them wherever you can. So if you're helping them gain something, how much, how many, how often? Likewise, if you're helping them reduce something, what are the numbers there? Now, again, this is not the thing itself or how it functions. Let's see, let me give you an example. A thing would be the physical object, such as a device, or a service, like consulting. Now, the result would be cutting down on wasted materials costs by 20%. Now, notice that result could come from either a product or service. What's really amusing to me is that quite often I'll have somebody come up to me at a seminar and say, Art, we're a little bit different because we sell a product. And when you're on the phone, people can't see the product. And I'll say, yeah, okay, I understand. And then somebody else will come up and they'll say, Art, we're a little bit different. We sell a service. It's not a physical thing, and it's really kind of difficult to see that when you're over the phone. And I'll agree with them too. But then I'll always tell all of them that it doesn't matter what your thing is, you all sell exactly the same thing. And that's the result that somebody perceives that they're getting. Okay, so that's what you need to define as step number one. Step number two, what would make those results of the utmost interest to someone? So here you're defining the situations and circumstances that someone is experiencing now that would make your results of interest, or something they would want, or something they'd want to avoid. So using the example I just gave, why would someone be especially interested in cutting down materials cost by 20%? Other than the easy answer, they want to cut 20%. We want to get more specific with possible scenarios. So for example, maybe their profitability has gone down the past few years. Maybe there's pressure from the board to increase their margins. Maybe they need to lower their prices in order to be more competitive, and cutting those costs would be a way to do that. So we need to understand all of these things because, of course, we're going to use that in helping us create questions to uncover those needs, pains, and problems. So you see where I'm coming from with that? And finally, number three, we want to find the people who are affected by and desire those results. And in our calling, which of course we're going to be talking a lot about, we want to learn about them before we even approach them. And then that helps us to craft and tailor our possible value proposition. You can write that one down because we're going to probably have an entire episode on that, around those results, and then make it personalized and tailored to them. All right, so to review, people buy the results, not the thing itself. So when you lead with your thing, that sounds kind of funny, you likely are creating objections. Instead, when you understand what someone wants, then you're able to explain how you can provide it. And then you're going to find more people actually buying more of your things to get the results that they want. All right, every episode, we are going to have a brief regular segment.
Your attitude will be iron every way, you'll never feel what they say. It's the art of the sales quote of the day.
That's right, we're going to have the art of sales quote of the day on every episode. I am a big believer that our beliefs and actions follow our words. And reading, reciting, and believing and living great quotes and affirmations, that's just a great way to keep our attitude high consistently. So this first one here is one that I have believed and lived pretty much my entire business career. It's from Henry Ford, and it's this: if you believe you can or you can't, you're always right. If you believe you can or you can't, you're always right. Now, the main point here is so many people are defeated before they ever get started because they don't think they can do something. And their actions and their words reflect that. You probably know someone like that, don't you? When playing golf with someone who isn't very confident, I'll see them take out an old ball when they have to hit a tee shot over the water. And then, guess what happens? Exactly. Plunk. Of course, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, we're going to talk a lot here about your attitude in sales, since I believe that counts for about 90% of your success. And oh, by the way, about the quotes, in the future, I want to have listeners on the show, you actually sharing your favorite quotes. So what we'll do is we'll record them and then drop them in to the end of the show. So if you'd like to share yours, shoot me an email with it and I'll give you the details. All right, this wraps up our first episode. And hey, if you liked what you heard, please do a couple of things. Number one, make sure you're subscribed on iTunes or your platform of choice so that you can be notified of the new ones when they come out. And also, would you please do this? Share it with a couple of different friends, by whatever method you want to do that, email, whatever. And then also on your social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and any other social media that you use. They'll appreciate it, and I will too. All right, I will see you on the next episode, so go out there and make it your best sales day ever.